So, how to do what you know is right? Well, to be honest, I don't know any secret formula. If there is one, and if there is one, then I'd like very much to find it. I'm not where I am destined or where I dream to go yet. There are many of us who are very ambitious, and many of us who are not yet so ambitious. But I have a high standard for myself, and I'm not arrogant enough to think that my end goal is here, right? Or like not just financially, but mentally, right? I am an eternal student, or at least I strive to be. But these are some things that work for me, or that have been working for me so far. So, how to do what you know is right. First one, announcing your intentions to your friends, to your family, to the world, to yourself, to the universe, to God, and above. So, also like accountability, it's the same thing, kind of. But for example, one big thing that I am doing from now is I'm not going to have sex anymore until marriage. So I haven't said it to anyone yet, but I mean, by the time that I've put this out or anyone really cares or seen it, I would have told my close friends and my family members. I would say to them, listen, I don't want to, I am not going to, always be careful with your speech. I'm not going to have sex anymore. The next time that I do it, that I make love passionately under the fire, will be when I am married. And I will have them all hold me accountable and remember my words. A big reason for this decision is that I've realized girls have been causing me a lot of distraction when it came to work, when it came to my mindset, when it came to a lot of things in life. And I've been working really hard to make myself a better man. And to be honest, bro or sister, I am done with it. I want to do better things for myself right now than get with a partner. I'd rather build an empire and make of myself a worthy man for the incredible woman I want to be with in the future. So yeah, that's the first one. The second one on the list, by the way, these are all things that I use for myself. Hopefully they help you too. Is I have obnoxious reminders everywhere in different forms, whether it be sticky notes, right? Or papers like that stuck on different places with tape, or a whiteboard that I have here and on the fridge that remind me of my values and my virtues, just so I make sure that that cognitive dissonance is harder to manifest itself. And that's because what you're doing with this is that you're making that little quiet voice that we have inside of ourselves, the consciousness or unconsciousness, be more, no, yeah, sorry, the consciousness be more awake, right, more present, because we tend to dim its voice, and this is because you let less of a chance for your own consciousness to go unnoticed. You have signs all around you, or you will have then all around you, that tell you about your morals and your virtues and the things that you want to achieve for yourself constantly. So having such great reminders, it will be more on you to then still mess up and still do the wrong thing. You kind of think, damn, I'm a piece of shit, right? But hopefully you're not too hard on yourself, and you make sure that you don't ignore that inner voice that we call unconsciousness. Man, watch Pinocchio from a philosophical outlook, and you'll see this is an amazing film. It talks about this as well. But yeah, so that you can be more aware of yourself. A third one, a really good one that's been on my mind for a long time, causing havoc, causing riot, discord, terrible trauma inside of me, that I finally recently come to an even ground thanks to a very amazing book that I've been reading, or that I have been reading. I that would be the right term. I've read it like 10 times now. It would be to be self-disciplined but not self-suppressive. There's a fine barrier between the two, and I'm going to explain to you what that is right now. Being suppressive means that you force yourself to stop certain actions from that you desire to do, right? And then you thus never really address them. You keep them in the dark, and they build up into this big ball that will slowly engulf you from the inside and take control of you. Being disciplined means that you don't let lesser desires trump your highest purpose or desire. You choose to not let it happen, right? Because you understand the consequences, and whether you prefer or simply understand that the option you're picking is better, you then leave no room for friction or regret. You then build no baggage as a recompense. Instead of having this thing that kills you inside slowly, that you choose to neglect and ignore, you address it and you make a choice. You don't hide and you don't run away from the thing. You make the choice, right? It's like, I'll give you an example. So let's say you want to become celibate, right? This is something I'm going through right now, so it's perfect. Instead of self-suppression, which would be, let's say I go out to the gym or to the library or whatever, I'll be like, okay, I'm not going to look at any girls, I'm not going to pay any attention or whatever, and I'm going to suppress these things that I have, and if I want to take a glance, I'm not going to, because then it's going to lead to second thoughts and this, and then I'm going to have it in my mind for the rest of the day. No. Instead, you'll be self-disciplined. What you'll do is, you get on with your work. If you happen to take a glance, you take a glance. You take a deep breath with that glance, and you go. You let that shit go right over your head. Just get rid of it, right? And then that's it. If a girl comes up to you and talks to you, you say no. Sorry. Unless she's got an actual answer, but question. But if she's looking for whatever, right? Because it's happened. Or if a girl is paying you attention or whatever, you don't look back. Right? Be like a girl is towards guys, but towards girls instead. You understand that there's some girls looking at you, you decide not to look because you realize that you don't want to entertain it. You're not going to do anything about it. You've made a separate choice, so it doesn't matter anymore to you. And so you choose to reject it. You don't hide from it, you say no. So that's a really good one that is helping me, and that I'm newly putting into practice. So yeah, it's gonna work really well, I can tell. Choose the latter, of course. Be disciplined, not self-suppressed. And finally, I understand for myself that to achieve my dreams, my goals, my ambitions, my drive, my everything, not every day and every action will be filled with rainbows. So I prepare for that. I'm prepared for it. Because I would not be able to withstand the consequences of not having chased my goals adequately and having to suffer regret at the end of my days thinking about how cowardly I've been in my life because I decided to instead do the easy thing or not do the hard thing rather, because I understood that I didn't want to make that sales call, let's say, if you're in sales, or that I understood that I didn't want to take action in creating that video if you're, I don't know why I did that, if you're a creator, or that I didn't want to confront my managers about a position, a promotion, right? Whatever it is, you have to understand that fear of the future. Living in that constant dissonance where nothing feels right, where you feel empty inside, when you understand you were capable of higher things, but never try to go after them. Think about that future and understand that it's not always going to be easy. but you still prefer that. Yeah, that's all for today. The last few months have been a bit tough for me in business, in different things. And I thought, you know what, in the future I can look at this video, see whether I stuck to my words, to my actions that I preach, or if I stumbled and fumbled, if I was a brokey or a loser, whatever. Because I would be. No point in pretending, oh, it's fine, you can fail, it's okay. Yeah, you can fail, but if you fail and don't try again, you're a loser. If you fail and you get back up, even if you never succeed, nobody's gonna make fun of you. Nobody can make fun of a person that's trying their hardest. So yeah, with that note, bye bye.